Krishna, dear Vaishnavas. Thank you so much for joining. We are reading today the 15th chapter of the Bhagavad Gita in this holy month of Purushottam. This month is called Purushottam month, Mas, Adhik Mas, Malmas, and this chapter is called Purushottam Yoga. So we're going to recite 4
Hare
verses.
Krishna, Prabhuji. Your voice is very low, Prabhu. It's only for me, or I have 100% in my speaker.
Oh, how about others? Can you hear me?
Yes, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna. Dandavat Pranam.
Is it clear, loud enough?
Yes, Prabhuji. We can hear you.
Maybe I need to restart, Prabhu.
Okay. Rekha Mataji, can you hear? Okay. So we'll read 4 verses each. श्रीभगवानुवाच ऊर्ध्वमूलम् अधः शाखम् अश्वत्थं प्राहुरव्ययम् छन्दांसि यस्य पर्णानि यस्तं वेद स वेदवेत् अधश्चोर्ध्वं प्रसृतस्तस्य शाखा गुणा प्रवृद्धा विषया प्रवाला अधश्च मूलानि अनुसन्ततानि कर्मानुबन्धीनि मनुष्यलोके नारूपमस्येह तथोपलभ्यते नान्तो न चादे न च सम्प्रतिष्ठा अश्वत्थमेनं सुविरुद्धमूलम् असङ्गशस्त्रेण दृढेन छित्त्वा तथा पदं तत्परिमार्गितव्यम् यस्मिन् गता न निवर्तन्ति भूय तमेव चाद्यं पुरुषं प्रपद्ये यथा प्रवृत्ति प्रसृता पुराणी. Yes, Shital Mataji, next 4 verses.
निर्माणमोहाजितसङ्गदोषा अध्यात्मनित्या विनिवृत्तकामः द्वन्द्वैर्विमुक्तः सुखदुःखसंगे गच्छन्ति आमूढपदम् अव्ययं तत् नातद्भाष्यतो सूर्यो नाशशाङ्क न पावका यद्गत्वा न निवर्तन्ते तद्धामा परमं मम मम वांशे जीवलोके जीवभूतः सनातनः मनः षष्ठानि इन्द्रियाणि प्रकृतिस्थानि कर्षति शरीरं यद् आप्नोति यच्चाप्युत्क्रामतीश्वरः गृहीत्वैतानि संयाति वायुर्गन्धन् इवासयात्. Thank you, Prabhuji.
Thank you so much. Yes, Rekha Mataji, would you like to read? Okay. Who's on iPhone? You want to read, please?
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. This is Harini Mataji.
Oh, I was not sure.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Yeah, generally Rekha Mataji joined through iPhone, so I thought it's her.
No, Prabhuji, it's me, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
You want to try reading?
Yeah.
Would you like to? You're on mute. Radha Mataji,
Sorry, Prabhuji. Sorry, Prabhuji. I can read, Prabhuji.
You
Hare
can?
Krishna.
Okay, go ahead.
Sarinam yad avapnoti yakchapi utkramathisvara. I think Prabhuji, somebody can read Prabhuji. It's very hard for me.
Complete this, try. It's okay. We're all learning.
Grihit vattani samyati vayur gandan ivasayat srotam chaksu sparsanam cha rasanam grihanam iva cha adistaya manaschayam Visayam upasevate सङ्क्रामन्तं स्थितं वापि भुञ्जानं वा गुणान्वितं विमुदा ननु पश्यन्ति ज्ञानचक्षुषा यतन्तो योजिनाश्चैनां पश्यन्ति आत्मनि अवस्थितां यतन्तोऽपि अकृतात्मनो नैनं पश्यन्ति असेतासा. I tried, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
You did so nice. Wonderful. Yes. Radha Viharini Mataji, are you able to hear now?
Yes, Prabhuji, I can hear.
Okay, nice. Radha Mataji, are you able to hear?
It's the same Prabhu voice. Maybe I need to join from the phone after this.
Okay. But we can hear you clearly, so you can read the next 4 verses.
Okay. Sure, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna devotees. Text 12. यदादित्यगतं तेजो जगद्भासयतेऽखिलं यच्चन्द्रमसि यच्चाग्नौ तत्तेजो विद्धि मामकं घामाविश्य च भूतानि धारयाम्यह ओजसा पुष्णामि चौषधिः सर्वाः सोमो भूत्वा रसात्मकः अहं वैश्वानरो भूत्वा प्राणिनां देहमाश्रितः प्राणापानसमायुक्तः पचाम्यन्नं चतुर्विधं सर्वस्य चाहं हृदि सन्निविष्टो मत्तस्मृतिर्ज्ञानमपोहनं च वेदैश्च सर्वैरहमेव वेद्यो वेदान्तकृद्वेदविदेव चाहम्. हरे कृष्ण.
Very nice. Shama Karuna Mataji, would you like to read?
Yes, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna. All glories to Prabhupada. द्वौ इमौ पुरुषौ लोके क्षरश्चक्षर एव च क्षरा सर्वाणि भूतानि कूटस्थोऽक्षर उच्यते उत्तमपुरुषस्त्व अन्या परमात्मेति उदाहरतः यो लोकत्रयम् अविश्य बिभर्ति अव्यय ईश्वरः यस्माक्षरमतीतोऽहम् अक्षरत् अपि चोत्तमः अतोऽस्मि लोकवेदे च प्रतीता पुरुषोत्तमः यो मामेवम् असम्मूढो जानाति पुरुषोत्तमं स सर्वविद् भजति मां सर्वभावेन भारत. Shall I read that also, Prabhuji?
That's
Yeah. इति गुह्यतमं शास्त्रम् इदम् उक्तं मया नघ एताद् बुद्ध्वा बुद्धिमान् स्यात् कृतस्कृत्याश्च भारत. हरे कृष्ण.
Hare Krishna, Hare
हरे
Krishna,
कृष्ण 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 हरे
Hare
हरे
Hare,
हरे
Hare
राम
Rama.
राम राम हरे हरे. ओम तत्सदिति श्रीमद्भगवद्गीतासूपनिषत्सु ब्रह्मविद्यायां योगशास्त्रे श्रीकृष्णार्जुनसंवादे पुरुषोत्तमयोगो नाम पञ्चदशमोऽध्यायः. हरे कृष्ण.
Hare Bol. Excellent. So we are reading chapter 15. The acronym is HOME. H is for home or hotel. O is on and over and over again. Material world is not the real home. The spiritual world is our real home. With this desire, which is like the reflection, we keep jumping from one branch to the other. So we have read all this to the text number 6. Now we'll move on to the next verse, which is text 7. Rekha Mataji, would you like to read? What happened
Yes,
to you?
Prabhuji.
Are you
Yes.
okay?
Yes, Prabhuji just got a little cough and cold. I
The
can.
post Sadhu Sangha effect.
Yes, Prabhuji.
Many are struggling of post Sadhu Sangha. Hope we feel better soon.
Thank you, Prabhuji. I can read. Yes.
Yes, please.
Mame vamso jiva loke jiva bhuta sanatana manasastani indriyani prakrti sthani karshati. Translation: the living entities in this conditioned world are my eternal fragment parts. Due to conditioned life, they are struggling very hard with six senses, which include the mind.
Maybe you should give a little rest to your voice to recover faster.
Prabhuji.
So it's mainly 3 paragraphs, so 3 devotees can read. Yes. Sheetal Mataji, you can read one.
Hare Krishna. Thank you, Prabhuji. Okay. In this verse, the identity of the living being is clearly given. The living entity is the fragmental part and parcel of the Supreme Lord eternally. It is not that he assumes individuality in his conditional life and in his liberated state becomes one with the Supreme Lord. He is eternally fragmented. It is clearly said, Sanatanaha. According to a Vedic version, the Supreme Lord manifests and expands himself in innumerable expansions, of which the primary expansions are called Vishnu Tattva and the secondary expansions are called the living entities. In other words, the Vishnu Tattva is the personal expansion and the living entities are the separated expansions. By his personal expansion, he is manifested in various forms like Lord Ram, Narsimhadev, Vishnu Murti, and all the predominating deities in the Vaikuntha planets. The separated expansions, the living entities, are eternally servitors. The personal expansions of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, the individual identities of the Godhead, are always present. Similarly, the separated expansions of living entities have their identities. Fragmental parts and parcels of the Supreme Lord, the living entities also have fragmental portions of his qualities, of which independence is one. Every living entity, as an individual soul, has his personal individuality and a minute form of independence. By misuse of that independence, one becomes a conditioned soul, and by proper use of independence, he is always liberated. In either case, he is qualitatively eternal as the Supreme Lord is. In his liberated state, he is freed from this material condition and he is under the engagement of transcendental service unto the Lord. In his conditioned life, he is dominated by the material modes of nature and he forgets the transcendental loving service of the Lord. As a result, he has to struggle very hard to maintain his existence in the material world. Hare Krishna. Thank you, Babaji.
Next paragraph, anyone would like to read?
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji, I can read.
Yes.
The living entity, not only human beings and the cats and dogs, but even the greater controllers of the material world, Brahma, Lord Shiva, and even Vishnu, are all parts and parcels of the Supreme Lord. They are eternal, not temporary manifestations. The word Karshati, struggling or grappling hard, is very significant. The conditioned soul is bound up as though shackled by iron chains. He is bound by the false ego, and the mind is the chief agent which is driving him in this material existence. When the mind is in the mode of goodness, his activities are good. When the mind is in the mode of passion, his activities are troublesome. And when the mind is in the mode of ignorance, he travels in the lower species of life. It is clear, however, in this verse that the conditioned soul is covered by the material body with the mind and the senses, and when he is liberated, this material covering perishes, but his spiritual body manifests itself in its individual capacity. The following information is there in the Madhyandhiya Madhyandhinayana Shruti. Sava Esha Brahma Nishta Idam Shariram Martyam Atishriya Brahma Bhishampadhya Brahmana Pashyati Brahmana Shroti Brahma Naivedam Sarvam Anubhavati. It is stated here that when a living entity gives up this material embodiment and enters into the spiritual world, he revives his spiritual body, and in his spiritual body, he can see the Supreme Personality of Godhead face to face. He can hear and speak to him face to face, and he can understand the Supreme Personality as he is. From Smriti also it is understood Vasanti Yatra Purushaha Sarve Vaikunta Murtayaha. In the spiritual planets, everyone lives in bodies featured like the Supreme Personality of Godheads. As far as bodily construction is concerned, there is no difference between the part and parcel living entities and the expansions of Vishnumurti. In other words, at liberation, the living entity gets a spiritual body by the grace of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Thank you, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Very nice. Anyone else wants to read the last paragraph?
Yes, Prabhuji, I can read it.
Hmm.
The words Mamai Vamsha, fragmental parts and parcels of the Supreme Lord, are also very significant. The fragmental portion of the Supreme Lord is not like some material broken part. We have already understood in the second chapter that the spirit cannot be cut into pieces. This fragment is not materially conceived. It is not like matter, which can be cut into pieces and joined together again. That conception is not applicable here because the Sanskrit word Sanatana, eternal, is used. The fragmental portion is eternal. It is also stated in the beginning of the second chapter that in each and every individual body, the fragmental portion of the Supreme Lord is present. Dehinosminyata dehe. That fragmental portion, when liberated from the bodily entanglement, revives its original spiritual body in the spiritual sky, in a spiritual planet, and enjoys association with the Supreme Lord. It is, however, understood here that the living entity, being the fragmental part and parcel of the Supreme Lord, is qualitatively one with the Lord, just as the parts and parcels of gold are also gold. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Krishna Krishna. Thank you, Prabhuji.
So much. Okay. Sanskrit test. Mama Evamsho. What does that mean?
My parts and parcels.
Yeah, Mama means mine. Aham, Mama. Amsha, right? Ansha means part, child. Jiva Loke, Jiva Bhuta.
Mhm.
So all the jivas in this loka planet. Sanatanaha. What does Sanatan mean?
Eternal.
Eternal. Very nice. Mana, mind. Shashtani. What does Shashtani mean?
6.
6. Indriyani,
Senses.
senses. So 6 senses. What are the 6 senses?
5 senses and the mind.
Yeah, mind plus 5 senses. Prakriti,
Material.
material nature. Yes, Prakriti, one of the 5 topics of the Gita. Sthani,
Is a location.
location or situated in this connection. Karshati, with struggles or suffers. Mame, my, eva, certainly, Amsha. In the material conditioned life, Jiva Loka, Jiva Bhuta, all the Bhutas, that means conditioned living being, are eternal, part and parcel. They're my part and parcel. Mana, Shashtani, Indriyani, Prakriti, which covered Sthani, Karshati. The living entities in this conditioned world are my eternal, Sanatana, Amsha, fragmental parts. Due to conditional life, they are struggling, Karshati, so now link it backwards, Karshati, struggling very hard with the 6 senses, mana, shashtani, indriyan, which include the mind. Does it help now? Because when we read this, the meaning should echo in our minds. That would be very nice. This is a very famous verse also. Who all know this verse? Try to memorize it. Mamevamsho jivaloke jivabhuta sanatana manashashtani indriyani prakriti sthani karshati. Anyone wants to try to recite?
I can try, Prabhuji. Without seeing, I'll
Okay, try.
ममैवांशा जीवलोके जीवभूता सनातना मनःसस्तानीन्द्रियाणि प्रकृतिस्थानि कर्षति.
Very nice. Anyone else wants to try?
I can try, Prabhuji.
Yes.
मम वांशे जीवलोके जीवभूतसनातनः मनःषष्ठानि इन्द्रियाणि प्रकृतिस्थानि कर्षति.
Very nice. So if you're like Shrutidhar, hearing once, memorized. Okay. Now please tell me what struck you from this purport, what we just read, heard. Anything struck you in this verse?
The living entity is individual, it's fragmented part of the Supreme.
Okay. And at the same time, it's Sanatana, eternal. It's so, as Prabhupada mentioned, some people feel, okay, now we are, separated, but after we become little pure, then we will become one with God. No, that word Sanatana is important. So we are eternally separated part and parcel of the Supreme Lord. The living entities or the jivas are eternally separated and they're individual. They don't become God. Very nice. What else?
We get spiritual body once we are in a liberated state.
Okay, liberated state, get spiritual body.
And that's when we can see.
Basically, back to Godhead, right? One gets the same body made up of Satchidananda. Right now, our body is made up of all these, but at the same time, we don't become God. It's not that in the spiritual world, everyone is God.
Right.
The servant remains a servant.
We can converse and see the God. We can converse and see God. When we
Converse and see God, you said?
Yes, when we are in spiritual body.
Is it mentioned here or I missed that? Let's see.
Purport, Prabhuji.
Yeah. And in his spiritual body, he can see the Supreme Lord face to face. Beautiful. Very nice. What else? What else?
Mention about the mind in goodness, passion, and ignorance. 3 modes.
Mind, 3 modes. So what happens? Let's elaborate it a little bit more. What are they compared to here?
Rajas and tamas.
Yes, what are they compared to here? What does guna mean in Sanskrit? One is quality, one meanings in guna.
Prakriti.
No, Prakriti guna also means ropes, which bind us.
Entanglement, yes.
So we read that here.
Shackled by chains.
Shackled by chains, yes, that's a word used here. I think chains is a word used here. iron chains. Iron chains or gold chains or silver chains? Which chains would we like?
Gold.
Gold?
None. None.
None.
None also.
Hmm. But so ropes, chains, these are invisible chains, gold, silver, bronze, whatever. And which makes us struggle. Karshati, is it not? Karshati,
Struggling.
struggle hard in this material world. Why? Because the mind is so attached to either mind and senses are attached to either of these
Senses
modes.
in mind, yes.
Okay. Jiva analogy. There are some analogies given in this verse. What are the analogies?
It's a secondary part and parcel of Krishna.
Then again, secondary.
Secondary separated part parcel of Krishna.
Secondary expansions of Lord creations. Primary is the Vishnu Tattva and second is the Jiva Tattva. And analogy. So we are part and parcel of Krishna. We look like in the spiritual world. When we are liberated, we look like a Vishnu Tattva in the spiritual world.
The Prabhupada gives analogy of the particle of gold in the last. If we notice here, the parcels of the gold, just as the part and parcel are also gold. Like 1 gram of gold and 10,000 kilogram of gold. Both are gold, but both are different also. So qualitative oneness, but quantitative difference. That's the simultaneous
One and different.
oneness and difference. Achintya Bheda Bhed. This is one of the main particle of gold and gold. One other example, drop of ocean water, not here but comes at multiple places, versus the entire ocean. Same boiling point, same saltiness, but it's different. If we have to give a one sentence or a few word title to this verse, what will we call it?
Oneness, simultaneous, I don't know. Oneness and different. Achinta, whatever that was you were saying. Achinta Bhed Abhed.
Okay.
The real Swarup of the Jiva.
Okay. There could be multiple correct, and this is all creative thing. I was thinking of nature of living entity or jiva. Whatever, all the things you said are absolutely correct. So basically, we see a lot of things are mentioned about the nature of living entity, the oneness, difference, the part, parcel, the analogies, how it's bind. What else? Did we miss anything?
The Jiva is the eternal servitor. Even in a liberated stage, there is always service.
Eternal servant, yes, we wrote that here. Sanatan. Who can give a verse that Jiva is the eternal servant? What's the nature of the living entity? Jivara Swarup hai, Krishna Nitya Das, কৃষ্ণের তথাস্থ শক্তি ভেদা ভেদ প্রকাশ জীবের স্বরূপ হয় কৃষ্ণের নিত্য দাস চৈতন্যের দাস মই চৈতন্যের দাস মই দাসের দাস. That's also a very a nice verse that we are the eternal servant of the Supreme Lord.
It talks also about the independence, that the independence is there, the free will is there, in minute quantity, but because of the misuse, he's struggling very hard in the real world.
Very nice. Minute independence. And misuse of minute independence leads to struggle. Parashati, struggle. Like a child is given freedom to, let's say, use the phone. But if the child uses it in the wrong way, what will happen? The child will struggle. The child will fail the exam, right? And the parent will also not give him or her access to the phone. So freedom is good in one way, or independence is good, provided the child uses it in the right way. So we are also amsha. Amsha also means child or part. And God has given us freedom. We have choice. Like you all chose to study Gita today. We could have chosen so many other things, to watch a movie, to go out for pub, to go out for casino, right? At this point, whatever, 8:30 p.m., 9 p.m., there would be 100,000 people in casinos. That's their choice, is it not? So every moment we are choosing, but if we make wrong choice, we struggle, we suffer. And then we cannot say, hey, God, why I am suffering? Because we chose that. We chose. Wrong choices will lead to wrong consequences for sure. Very nice. So what's the practical takeaway from this verse? What can we practically apply in, or what's one thing? Not talking about others, others should apply this. I, as an individual, what is my take-home lesson for today? For what I will apply better in my life? One thing. Anyone?
We try to convert, like, main thing is to control our senses, and the only way it is by utilizing in Krishna consciousness, or by chanting and working on ourselves to control our the modes of nature, by converting our desires into spiritual desires. We can try. It's not easy, but try.
Very nice. That's nice. But think more specific. You mentioned a lot of terms: chanting, improving chanting, surrender, desires. I'm looking for a very specific one thing.
Chanting in the beginning, chanting.
Engage in devotional service.
That's also very, very big, because devotional service is so big. One thing specifically which I would take home and I would try better.
Try to rise to the mode of goodness, maybe, from the, if, and transcend, basically transcend even the mode, but it's the same thing, devotional. So yeah.
Nice. Anyone else wants to share?
We are at, I am not this body, we are the pure spirit soul, and we are part and parcel of Krishna.
Okay, that's philosophy. That's correct. What's the practical application for me as an individual, as Shubhalas, Govindas, as Shama Karuna Devi, What's this practical application for this verse in my current situation?
Servant of the servant. Dasanudas.
Okay. Anyone else who has not spoken?
Um, Prabhuji, I'm just thinking that so we can change our bodies from lifetime after lifetime, but the mind and the intelligence, false ego, these are the things that carry from one life onwards, next life. So the way how we control our mind, how we focus our spirituality, that will change our eternal position. So to control our mind, we need to be more absorbed what we are doing by chanting is the first thing, and other devotional services. That's what I feel, Prabhuji.
Mhm. Very nice. Krishna specifically mentions the mind here because mind is the one which drags the other senses too, is it not? The mind says, hey, the hand, go and punch this person. And the hand does that. Oh, the hand, pick this, whatever, burger, pizza, put in the mouth, right? I was thinking to be more careful in the freedom which God has given us. Our Father has given us some freedom of choice. Krishna is our Pita. Let me not misutilize that freedom as a human being, as an individual. Be careful about the choices I make on day-to-day basis and pray to Krishna to not make the wrong choices. Because as fragmental parts, we have this minute independence. Does a lion have an independence? He is going to eat deer. No independence there. He's in Bhoga Yoni, but we are in Karma Yoni. We are at a special place. Krishna has, given us but special opportunity, given me special opportunity. Me means as every individual, every human being has been given that. So if we choose it wisely, we'll go back home. If we don't, we will on and on, over and over again. प्रकृति स्थानी कर्षति इसमें घूमते रहेंगे पुनरपि जननम. Any other thoughts, comments anyone else has?
Prabhuji, I've got a question.
Yes.
When we go back to the place where the Lord we see face to face, do we have this? I mean, our swarup is different, no, Prabhuji? There.
Tell more. Well,
I mean, do we have that form, a spiritual form of the Lord? I mean, in that in spiritual place, or we will have a different form?
do we have a question again? Do we have a spiritual?
I mean, we have the spiritual forum like. I mean, we have a special spiritual forum in the. I mean, the dham we go when we see Krishna, or we have the same form what we have in this material world, this body.
No, this body is material. This
Mm.
this body goes to the earthly elements,
Mm.
right? This
Mm.
is the material
Mm.
kind of covering we have.
Mm.
The soul is Satchidananda. In the spiritual world, one gets a spiritual body,
Ah, that's what I wanted to ask.
and that could be any body. You don't have to worry about will I have a peacock body or will I have a gopa body or gopi
Right.
body or that is not,
Cowherd body, yeah.
yeah, that is not, that is beyond the scope of
This.
deity. But the point is, we will have a spiritual body, and that with the right time, Krishna and Guru will reveal, and one will get that form.
Okay.
There are some extraordinary situations like Tukaram, Dhruva, etc. They went in the same body.
Same body.
So, but in general, we know the body is buried or burned, and the soul gets a spiritual body. One who's qualified to enter the spiritual world, they get a spiritual body.
I read that in Bhagavat, the Gopakumara, he goes to Goloka and he has that form and his name is Swarup there. Right, Prabhuji? Gopakumara, that is Brihad Bhagavatam.
Yes, yes. That's a nice, very nice story. Thank you. Okay, I guess we will pause here. Thank you so much. Take care. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Bhagavad Gita Upanishad
Dandavat
ki
Pranams.
jai,
Hare
Srila
Krishna.
Prabhupada ki jai,
Jai.
Purushottam ki jai, Samved Bhaktivinoda ki jai.
Jai.
Hari Bol. Thank you.
Hare Krishna.
Thank you.